You've made the decision to leave big law and now you're starting your own boutique firm. Congratulations. You've probably already shopped online for some malpractice insurance, but before you purchase that policy, I want you to pause and I want to tell you about some hidden costs that you may not know about, even though you did get a price. I know that it's overwhelming to start shopping for insurance with all the other things you have going on. So naturally, going online and filling out a couple details about your firm while on the couch on a Saturday makes sense, but really you're unaware of all of the things you're leaving on the table because you don't have a trusted advisor guiding you through the process. These platforms are made to give you a basic quote based off of very generic assumptions about your law firm. They prioritize quick, speedy responses instead of in-depth risk reviews, and at The Bunker, we operate differently. So here are a few hidden costs. An endorsement is an add-on to a policy. It modifies how things are covered, what's excluded, and how claims are handled. Endorsements typically need to be asked for, or you need to work with someone that knows which endorsements you need based off of the information and the conversations that you've had. So for many new boutique law firm owners, these basic policies that you're purchasing online don't have these very important endorsements that you need to set yourself up for success. And here's a couple of them. The first one is your defense cost being outside of the limit. Most standard malpractice policies do not include that. You have to ask for it. Otherwise, your defense cost and your damages share one bucket of coverage, and your defense costs erode the limit that you have purchased in case you were found negligent or needed to pay out a claim. It's critical that as a new boutique law firm owner, you start your insurance history having your defense outside of the limit. Another is consent to settle. You want to make sure that you have the right to be involved in the settlement process. Ask the carrier that you're working with, what is the consent to settle language included in their policy? If you're quoting it online, it's probably going to be difficult for you to get that information. The next thing that most boutique law firm owners don't know about is retroactive dates. Retroactive dates determine how far back your policy will cover the work that you've done. Another point to think about that most boutique law firm owners don't know about is tail coverage. If you performed work at another law firm and now you've left, how is your work covered at that firm? Prior acts coverage allows your new policy to reach back and cover work before this policy start date. Adding it almost always increases your policy premium, but it's absolutely worth it. And so here's one of the prime examples of, I didn't know, nobody told me, and it's because the software is not built to explain these nuances and these detailed parts of the policies to you. Another thing for you to think about that nobody thinks about at the beginning is how are you going to exit? What does the tail coverage look like? Tail coverage is often a one-time payment due up front, and it's usually a multiple of your annual premium. This coverage allows you to report a claim after your policy period has ended. It typically comes into play when you leave a firm, sell your firm, retire, or dissolve a practice. For most attorneys, it's the biggest insurance check they'll write in their career, and it's rarely discussed at the entrance because it really has to do with the exit, but it's good for you to know that that option is necessary to purchase once you're there. None of these things are hidden from you on purpose. Insurance is complicated, and it's hidden because maybe even some insurance agents aren't aware of how this policy works. So now that you are aware of some of the hidden things that you should be looking for, how should you budget for this new insurance? I understand that starting your new law firm can be very expensive, and I'm not telling you need to purchase the most expensive policy, but I'm hoping that you're educated enough in how the insurance works for you then to make a decision you're comfortable with. Here are a few questions that you should be asking. What's excluded from this quote? How is my retroactive date set? What would tail coverage cost if needed? How does this policy change as my firm grows? These questions don't make your insurance more expensive. It makes you better protected. Insurance should never surprise you. If you want help understanding how your policy actually works, at The Bunker, we're here to help you move your law firm from danger to a safe place. We'd love the opportunity to help. Click the link below, and we're happy to chat.